going on, everybody? Today we're doing another install on the Jeep Gladiator. We're getting it ready for some photography expeditions, teaching some workshops for a few weeks out in the middle of nowhere. And today we're installing something really cool. This is a Starlink Mini. This is a newer Starlink offering. It came out this year. A few videos ago, we installed this thing. This is an overhead molly panel from American Adventure Lab. It's very well built, and they make some awesome products. And they make a kit to mount it. The kit's pretty straightforward. It slots in on either side. It bolts in to your molly panel. We've pulled out our dome light. We've unbolted all of this because we're gonna hardwire this to a switch. One of the last things that we did to the Jeep was install a 300 amp service with a 12 gang fuse box. This is gonna be the first accessory that we wire up to that. Remember I said I've already taken off our dome light. This is the first permanent modification I've made to the Jeep. We're going to install our push button right there. So you can just reach up just like it's a dome light. There's just enough room to fit it. So we're going to jump into getting all of this ready to go. The Starlink Mini runs off of about 5 amps. These little buttons are only rated for about 5 amps. We are going to have to run a relay as well, just to make sure the button doesn't overheat or like prematurely wear out. So let's get to it. So the first thing that I like to do on any project is to do what I consider the most difficult thing first. This is something that mystifies a lot of people. It's understandable. A lot of people do not think in a wiring perspective. For this setup, we don't necessarily need the relay. From what I understand, the Starlink pulls 5 amps. These switches should be rated to run at about 5 amps. But because I already have the relay in the essence of just making sure it's protected, here we are. So we're not going to be using our yellow wire here. Just think about a relay being a switch that turns on and off. This is a switch for a switch. We're going to start with pin 87. On the bottom of most relays or on your documents, you're going to see different numbers on your relay, but they're all pretty much the same throughout the whole industry. 87, this sends power to our Starlink. The ground wire of the Starlink needs to be grounded, and with those two things, you would have power. Our black wire is our ground, so that's going to run our common ground on the fuse box. Our red wire, that's going to run one of the positive terminals on the fuse box. Power, ground, power to device. Remember, it's a switch for a switch, very simple. The white wire is our trigger. It needs a signal to open this relay or close this relay and send the power to the device, and that's where the switch comes in. Now, this is a little more confusing. On this particular switch, everyone's gonna be a little different. You're gonna see 5 wires here as well. Our red wire and our blue wire, those are supposed to go to the positive side of the device. Our green wire is supposed to be the main power. That's going to run the fuse box as well. And our ground wire obviously needs a ground. So we're going to ground the Starlink wire and these together on a common terminal on the fuse box. Those could just get screwed into the body of the vehicle somewhere. We're just going to run it all there. And so all that we have to do here is connect this guy to the Starlink ground and then ground that off on the fuse box. This guy needs a positive input from the fuse box. And then this guy right here is our trigger. So when we turn this on, it's sending power to the device, quote unquote, and our device is the relay. So that's going to be very straightforward. Hopefully that makes sense. I know that's like 4 minutes of me rambling about this.
Oh my God, dude, I'm freaking out. So stressed out. I feel like I'm having a panic attack.
You want to talk about stress? You want to talk about stress?
Take a look at this. Jesus Christ. That right there.
So if that was confusing to you, go ahead and watch somebody else's video. It might not be nearly as articulated as some other people. I did want to lay all that out, make sure all that made sense in my head, and I want to make sure I'm running the appropriate number of wires. Next, we're going to take that wire that I bought for the Starlink that has that barrel connector, and we're going to chop that. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside of that, where our power and ground are, and then we're going to start running wires. So I just told you I was going to show you the Starlink Mini plug. So this is not the factory plug I bought that's on Amazon from a thing called Star Gear. Now, the Starlink Mini comes with a really long cable. Apparently it's powered by USB-C and all of this other stuff, but it did not come with a barrel connector. So I ordered this. Works really well. This is going to be enough wire for you to get it from our overhead molly panel, and both these wires down close to the relay, 50 feet of 10 gauge wire here. I don't know how long some of the runs are. This is going to help with voltage drop and just keep things protected. This is our little like DC shaped connector that goes into the back of the Starlink, the barrel plug. It's time to go. Got our little flush cutters here. I'm going to show you what the inside of this looks like. So inside the main Starlink wire, the outer sheath is going to be your ground, and then the inner is going to be your positive and a ground. That's easy enough if you're going to do this with the factory wire. If you cut it open, there's going to be an outer layer of stranded wire. That's going to be your ground. The inner is going to be your positive. So now it's time to get some wires ran. We've loosely mocked up where our little push button's gonna go. We're gonna have to splice some wires into the back of the switch like they're supposed to go. The Starlink's gonna be mounted here. I showed you where the barrel connector plugs in. It's gonna be this side facing away from the vehicle. And so we're gonna run it inside the plastic panel. We're gonna pull this guy back. We're gonna run our wires across, down, and then into here. And there's our fuse box. I'm gonna start running wires and see how that goes. I'm gonna finish getting it ran down into our box. I don't even know what the last clip was because I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out what to do with these damn wires. It seemed like it was going to be easy. There's so much stuff on this truck. There's so many electronics and crap. Don't judge it until you see it all finished up. We pulled our seat delete up out of the way, and we have this huge grommet right here. It's one of these. It's one of these. A perfect fix for this, but I got to tell you, I have 12 potential spots on its fuse box. This is where I want them to come out of. And when our seat delete, I'll show you all here in a second, when it's down and in place, this crack right here, that's really the best place to run the wires in here. I built this little panel specifically to still maintain my storage down here and keep the wiring as clean as possible. So yeah, it's pretty big. This is actually a really good spot because we have a lot of room inside of here that we can run more wires on. Not everything has to be in the split loom. This stuff's awesome. This PVC covered wire, most of the accessories that I'm gonna run, they're gonna be in that PVC wire already. No reason to even run the split loom, so that's gonna keep it a lot thinner. That's all hidden and super clean when the box is down. Maybe not perfect, but dude, finally, I can run the other wires. So, here we go. Finally got our wire ran and we know where we're going to run. It's time to start soldering and splicing. We need to extend our little harness. So we have 2 harnesses here, 2 groups of wire. We really only need to run 3 wires, but because of what I have on hand, it's just gonna be way easier to run 4 because these are in the PVC sleeves. We have our switch and the switch harness. I have the relay here just for quick reference. Solder, torch, cutters, and some heat shrink. So pretty standard kit. So yeah, let's jump into it. So here in our overhead panel, here's that switch that we wired up housing for the switch. It's running in our overhead panel here, over here to the B pillar. And then on that B pillar, we're running our new wires with the OEM wire harness all the way down. We've got our cable gland. And this is where all of our wires for our whole project, they're all gonna come out here. I know that thing's really big, but it's completely hidden when everything's put together. Just a nice quality piece to run everything through. All we have to do now is splice this up, wire it to our relay, connect all of this. We should be good to go. Should have power to the Starlink here in the next hour or 2. All of the hard work is done, and then I just gotta bolt everything back together. Plug is getting pretty full. And according to the app, we are connected. And just like that, the Starlink install is all wrapped up. Came together really well. All of the wires are hidden, incredibly clean, and I've been testing it out in the last day and it's working great. Even with the top on average getting between 50 and 100 megabytes a second, even when driving down the road. It's gonna be a game changer when I'm out on these locations that have zero cell service. It's gonna be a good peace of mind in case of emergencies, but more than anything, I'm gonna be able to stay connected anywhere that the truck is at. So I'm really excited about that. With it all zipped up, this is actually really clean and smooth. And I went with the white. All of our lights down here at nighttime are white. That just worked out great. All of the wires are hidden, everything's safe. We are making great progress on the truck. I'm so happy with the way everything's coming along so far, and we're almost ready to get it out on the road. If you made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching, each and every one of you. I think it's so cool that anybody would watch me ramble and watch me put this crap together. So I'm really, really stoked that you were able to get hopefully a little bit of use, at least some entertainment out of the video. But I think that's enough for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.